November 2025. Okay. Question 1. Here we have a table. They need us to match. Anyway, the table looks like that. So what we're going to do, very first, we are going to find out what are the possible answers here. Just go through the statements and find out what suits what. Here we have 3-dimension space. 3-dimension space that is occupied by a gas, liquid, or solid. This has to be what? Volume. Space inside. Okay, there. Then virtual representation of an exterior sides of a building. This is called an elevation. Elevation. And draws, a diagram of a real life object drawn to scale. Diagram of a real life object drawn to scale. The actual what? Could it be actual diagram of actual object? Anyway, the region covered by a shape or object. This is area. Then a result of speed in kilometers per hour multiplied by time. This is what? Distance. Distance equals to speed times time. The distance around a given shape, this one we call it perimeter or circumference boundary. Then a scale where 1 unit on the map represents 5,000. This one, we call it a ratio scale or a number scale. Then we go on show, okay, shows the design and the dimensions of the inside of a building. Usually this is what? A floor plan. Floor plan, the area of all the faces. Oh, this is called the surface area. Total surface area. Then the result of speed in kilometers divided by time. It has never existed. Speed divided by time. Does not work out that way. And also this one here, it does not make sense. Okay. Let's come in and we start answering our questions there. So we go to our, so this was supposed to be B. We have G, volume A, distance E, and perimeter we say this what? F. Okay, BGAEF. Okay. 1.2. Shown below is the information regarding a South African Airways flight from Cape Town to Johannesburg. Together? And that's how it's written. So the questions are here. State in words the arrival time of the flight using the 12-hour format. So the arrival time, it's here, which is 2:15 in the afternoon. They said state in words. So we shall say 2:15 in the afternoon. In other words, it's supposed to be like this. 12-hour system. Only 33.33% of the maximum number of passengers were on board on this flight. So calculate the number of passengers. Now, what you do first, change this into percentage format. It will be 99 plus 1/3, which is 100/3. Becomes what? 100. It will become 100 100/3. But remember, it's still a percentage, meaning you're dividing by. So times the number of passengers, which is here 189, which became 189. So a mere doing this, only this, gives you a quarter times, and the answer became 63. Gives you a third, not a quarter, a third. Name the number of passengers. Okay, I will calculate the number. We've done that. Which one of the following is the method below? Correct. Method to calculate speed in kilometers per hour of aircraft. Remember, when we are calculating speed, we shall need the distance over time. So when we go to our form, here, we see what is the distance. The distance, we are seeing it as 1,278 kilometers divided by time. The time is here from 12 to 2. These are 2 hours. So we need to know when you come there and you see it's B. State which day of the week was 26th December. Now, when you look at the date here nicely, it talks of 8th January being the Wednesday. That means also last Wednesday it was 1st January. Okay, so we start from there: Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and what? Tuesday. If last week it was the 1st, that means this was the 31st, 30th of 29, 28, 27, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 26. So 26 was a Thursday. Was a Thursday. Which day of the week? It was a Thursday. Okay. One way to save money. One way to save money during winter is to wrap the geyser and the water pipes with a geyser blanket. A geyser blanket is made of an airflows which can easily be cut. The picture below shows the steps to wrap the geyser in aerolate. Okay. Step number 1 says cut out circles of aerosol and spread in both sides. So this is it. This was the first one here. So this one becomes R. Then apply glue. Apply glue. When you look at this, this is 1. Apply glue. That is it. So here we say S. They're saying strips of air are wrapping around the pipes. This one here. U, then that's R, this is S, this is U. Roll the lateral surface of the geyser. So it's this one here, P. Use the duct tape. What you see that was Q. Attach the circular pieces. Okay. There's this T. Choose one of the following formulas used to calculate the surface area. It's supposed to be C. Remember, we say 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi. Okay, 2 pi r. So the 2 pi r, it's this side. R squared, then this side you remain with 2 pi r radius. That marks the end of question 1. Let's look at question number 2. In question number 2, we have something to do with the bus. Okay. The seating plan for a tourist bus that travels around Cape Town is shown below. It has an upper deck with 59 seats and lower deck with 22 seats and the driver's seat. So all in all, we have around 81 seats. Okay, the kids are given and everything. So they're asking us to determine the number of forward-facing seats on this bus. So forward-facing seats on this bus. You can count them. Oh, let's see. When you add 59 plus 22, end up having 81. Of the 81, you subtract 1, 2, 3, 4. Remain with 70. Okay. But that one it's not working out for us. Facing forward. Oh, you can do this. How many seats are facing forward? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's 9 times 2. And this side we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. 27 times 2. This is 18, 54. Then you add on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus 5. Plus 5. So 18 plus, you get 69 times 2 plus 54. You have 72. You see that? 72. Well, 72 minus 4, you give me 68. Seats facing forward. Determine the number of forward seating. We've just done that. We found out the answer is 68 or 69. One of the two. 68 or 69, depending on the counting. Now the seats are set like that. MV to what the number seat is that. And they ask you write down the number of is this now. Is this access to the toilet? I believe it's this person here. Because we're going to say they're telling us these numbers are numbered like from 1 going up. So this one becomes what? The easiest is this one here. Remember they said you're numbering from left, so this is our, sorry, from right to left or left to right. You're saying from right to left. This could be our right, which is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Of this one, which one is easier? So I believe it's F2. Write down the seat number, saying F2. Complete the following paragraph. This would be right. This is A. Then B, it's left. C, turn left, and you will find the seat on the third, first, second. In the aisle. 2.2.2, you look at the next year. It wants us to have, write down the name of the southernmost stop on the route. You look at it, we have Campus Bay and Bachhoven. But of the stops, we don't have Bachhoven here. And it's not numbered. So probably you would have said 14, Campus Bay. Bachhoven or Camp Bay. Name the type of scale used on the map. This is a linear scale. Linear scale, they're asking you, state whether the bus will be driving in clockwise or anti-clockwise direction from stop 11 to 18. So it's coming down. It's coming down. So meaning it's clockwise. Shall I say it's what? Clockwise. It's clockwise. It's turning this side like that. So the answer is supposed to be clockwise. Clockwise. The distance of the trip is 19,2 kilometers. Use the given scale on the map to determine the map distance. In other words, this is the actual distance, but we need it on the map. So you measure the bus scale. Measure the bus scale. When you measure the bus scale, I measured, I got 12 millimeters. So 12 millimeters are equivalent to 100 and 250 or 500. 500 meters. You understand? If you measure that scale, so this equals to 500 meters. So what about now? We shall talk about this. Or let's change this to kilometers. Whereby we shall say if you have 12 millimeters, you have 0.5 kilometers. And the person has 19 now. What shall we do? This goes with that. So you multiply 12 times 19.2 equals to it's 12 times 19 comma 2. Answer became 230. Remember these are what? These are kilometers. So you need to change them to millimeters. You divide by 0.5. Which is 40. And these are millimeters. In other words, the same as 40. 6 comma. So they want us to change or to determine the map, the distance on the map. So we're going to use the scale. When you measure the scale, that we have here on the map, this one here, I got 12 millimeters, which is 1.2 centimeters. So meaning on that scale, it would be my 12 millimeters are equivalent to 500 what? Meters. So what we need to do, change these 2 kilometers, I divide by 1,000. So in other words, my 12 millimeters are equivalent to 0.5 kilometers. So they have given me the distance as 19.2. What will it be? All I need to do is to cross multiply, which became 19.2 times 12 equals to 0.5. So the answer I get here, the answer I have here, it's going to be, let me see here. We have the answer as, the answer is going to be 19, 2 times 12, 200, 230, 230, a certain number there, which was 2, 4. Then this I divided by 0.5. 0.5, I divide that by 0.5, I end up having 460. Remember, these are millimeters. And don't get scared because But since they said a round trip, so meaning a single trip, you would divide it by 2 to make sense out of it. It would have been divided by 2, it would have been, which is 230. These are millimeters. In actual sense, it becomes 23 centimeters together. But it's fine, even though you got 460,8. It's a round trip. Let's look at question number 2.3. John lives in a flat in Cape Town. Annexure B in answer book shows the floor plans of the two flats in John's block of flats. Flat 1 is on the ground floor and flat 2 is on the first floor, which forms part of a block of flats. Okay, let's go there and we see what they're talking about. It looks like this: ground floor and the first floor. All right, let's continue to see. State whether the bathroom door opens to the left or right as you enter the bathroom. Now, this is the bathroom. As you enter, you see this circle here. It goes like that, meaning it opens. When you stand here, this is your left, this is your right. So it opens to the right. So here the answer is supposed to be opens to the right as you enter. Convert the longer dimension of the living room to centimeters. Let's go to the living room. The living room is here. We have this dimension here. We have this dimension. So we are supposed to change this. So these are 12 feet and 8 inches. We have to change everything to centimeters. So what we're going to do, first and foremost, we are going to change coming to this part here. So we have 12 feet. We have to change them to centimeters. Also, the 8 inches, they have to change to centimeters. Anyway, let's say foot, and now 1 foot equals to this much. We have 12 of them. So 12 times 30, 48. The answer you get here, this will be centimeters. 18, sorry, you have 8, not 18. You have 8 inches. 8 inches times 2,54 times 2,54. The answer becomes, let's multiply and you see 12 times 30,48. This equals to 365 and 65,6. Those are the centimeters enough. Okay. Then the other one is 8 times 2,54. We have the answer as 20,32 centimeters. So both of them now are centimeters. What do? We add them up. So we are going to say, allow me to store this in A, and we go to this other one here. Allow me to store this in B. So we shall add 65,76 plus 20,32. The answer becomes 386. 86,08. These are all centimeters. So this is the dimension of the longest side in centimeters of the side of the living room. Oh, no, man. Yeah, living room. Yeah, this is the living room, not the dining room. Okay. Then we go on and we say, we've changed that. They're asking you, write down two differences between flat 1 and flat 2. Flat 2, when you look at it, flat 2 has a balcony. It has a balcony. That's what we see. Come here, let's see. Flat 2 has a balcony. You see that? Then, another thing that you see here, instead of it having a living room, it has 3 bedrooms. We have bedroom 1, bedroom 2, and bedroom 3. That's a difference also. So, flat 2 has 3 bedrooms. Okay. This is flat 2. Flat 2 has 3 bedrooms. Give one possible reason why flat 1 does not have a balcony. The reason it doesn't have a balcony, they told you here. Flat 1 is on the ground floor. So ground floor cannot have a balcony, right? That's why it is on ground. It's a ground floor. Together. Explain why there are no windows in the north and south facing walls. Let's go and check where it's okay. So yeah, this is our campus. So meaning these walls here, these walls are in the north. Also, this one here, this is the north. Then we come down here. These are what? These are south walls. And indeed, you see there are no windows. We don't have any window here. Okay? Also here, we don't have windows. One, it could have been for privacy. That's reason number 1. Number 2, it could have been cutting on costs of building. Together. So 1, privacy. For privacy. Number 2, cutting down on costs of building. All right, there we go. Question number 3. Mrs. Polo used different recycled material to make a tree decoration to hang on the wall, as shown in the picture below. She cut out different colored circles to form the tree pattern. Okay. Then we have she made a tree-shaped template using cardboard foam. The backing for the colored circles to be pasted on. Okay, the template was made up of 3 sections, part A, B, and C. We look at it like that. And the questions come in here. Mrs. Noel took 3 hours and 27 minutes without any break to cut out the circles. She finished at 13 hours, 12 minutes. Determine the time when she started. So we're going to do what? We're going to take the end time minus the duration. And this gives us 9 hours. Sorry, she began at 9:45. 9:45, This could be AM. Okay. 9:45. The person who doesn't know how we got it, we took 13, press that key, 12, press that key, minus 3 hours, press that key, 27 minutes, press that key and press equals 9 hours and 45 minutes. Okay, determine the time at which that's done. In part A, there are 7 rows of circles. The first row consists of 1 circle at the top, and thereafter each successful row has an addition circle added to complete the rest of the rows. You see that? So if there are 7, meaning 1 has 1, that means 2, it will have 2. 3, we add another circle, it has 3. You understand? So it goes on and it goes on. So here they're asking you, calculate the total number of circles in part A. So meaning, if there are 7, we shall have 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7. All in all, I believe you get something to do with 22. Let's see, this is 6, 10, 15. 15 plus 6, you get 21. 21 plus that, you get 28. Okay. Let's confirm and we see 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7. Answer becomes 28. So there are 28 circles. 28 circles. Question number 3.1.3. Calculate in centimeters squared the area of part A. Part A, when you look at it nicely, part A, they have already told us down here that the dimension of the base of triangle in part A is 28 centimeters. This is the base. All right. Then the height is 240 millimeters. Do you know what? And the question wants you to get the area in centimeters squared. So we have to first change the height to centimeters, which is 240 divided by 10. You have 24 centimeters. Already the base, they have told it's 28. Come substitute into the formula now. And you get your answer as, let me see here, 0.5 times 28 times 24 is 336 centimeters squared. Okay. The part of B, sorry, the area of part of B is 30,240 millimeters squared. The area of part C is 1,6 times the area of part B. Calculate in millimeters squared the total area of the cardboard template. What are we looking at? That means you're going to add the area of A plus the area of B and plus the area of what? C. So what we're going to do, already we have area of A, but the area of A now has to change into millimeters, what? Squared. And remember, when we are changing centimeters to millimeters, we multiply. So we shall multiply by 10 to the power of 2. Together? So we need to change the area of A. Now area of A become 336 times 10 to the power of 2, which is 100, and you get this much. This is A. Then you have to look for area of C, which is 1,6 times the area of B. And the B, they have already told you, is 30,240. So what is the area of C? Let's come down and we look at the area of C. 1,6 times 30240 equals. So this is the area of C, 48,384. 48384. 48384. These have become millimeters, what? Squared. Also this one here, millimeters, what? Squared. Already B is given. So we are adding now 33,600 plus 30,240 plus 48,000 384. Add everything up and you see what we get. Areas. So 336. 336. 33600 plus 3024 plus 48384 384. So we end up having 100,000 or 112,224. 112 millimeters what? Squared. Mrs. Muller placed all the colored circles in a container as she cut them out. Table 2 below shows the number of circles and specific colors that are cut out. Okay, determine the probability. Determine the probability. Sorry, determine as a percentage the probability of randomly choosing a green circle or a red one. That means you're taking 2. So meaning we have green or red over the total times 100. Why? I'm looking for percentage. So let's come here. Green, 7, red, 9 over. How many numbers? When we add these numbers, what do we get? When we add these numbers, what do we get? We end up having 30. Is it 60? We end up having 74, which is times what? 100. This is same as what? 16 over 74 times 100. They said as a percentage. That's why we are multiplying by 100 and we are getting 16 divided by 74 times 100. So the answer becomes 21.6 21.62%. You can also say the same as 22 because I'm looking at as a percentage, looking at being a whole number. Anyway, that's what you're supposed to do. Question number 3.2. Amanda, Manly's daughter, makes circular shaped earrings. She sells these earrings at a local flea market. The radius of the large circle in the picture below is 14 millimeters. Shown below is a picture of pair of earrings and a diagram shows the circles of the earrings. Ne? So the question goes and we say, 3.2.1, determine in millimeters the radius of a small circle if it is 4 over 7 of the radius of a big circle. This is simple. Times 14, which gives you what? 8. Don't forget, they're already in millimeters. You don't need to change them. But don't forget the units. Calculate rounded to the nearest millimeter the circumference of the large circle. Circumference always equals to what? 2 pi r, meaning 2 times 3,142 times your 14. You still get the same answers even though you use the formula here. So 2 times 14, you have 28. So it's 3,142 times 2 times 14. 2 times 14. So the answer here became 87,9. Okay, 87,98. But they said to the nearest millimeter, making it 88 millimeter. Okay. Question number 3.2.3. Amanda decides to make 48 pairs. Take note of that. 48 pairs of earrings using the flower the flower patterned synthetic leather for the large circles. Both sides of the large circle are covered using synthetic leather, while the small circle is painted what? Black. The radius of one large circle, they've told us it's 1,4. Now they have changed it to centimeters. Remember it was, so they divided it by 10. So you have 1,4 centimeter. Okay, it's fine. The synthetic leather is sold in rolls of a width of 1,37 meters. Amanda buys 30 centimeters of this roll. She buys 30 centimeters. Okay. Okay, that means the synthetic. Okay, she states that after cutting the leather for all the large circles, the remaining synthetic leather will have an area of less than 3,000 centimeters. So now 9 marks. First and foremost, we know 48 pairs. What does it mean? 48 pairs times 2. So in all, she's going to make 96 earrings. These earrings, they are going to be faced twice. So we also multiply by 2 again because it's going to be covered twice, the area. It's twice. So this is 190, 192. Okay. These are earrings that I'm looking at. Ne? Earrings. Okay. So let's start. What's the area of only one earring? So area of only one earring, we shall use pi r what? Squared, giving me 3,142 times what? 1.4 squared. So we shall come here and the calculator here. 3.142 times 1,42 squared equals to that much. This is only one, which is 6,1516. These are centimeters squared, but this is for only one. So how many earrings do we need? We need 96, but they're going to be covered one. So which means the area is going to be times 192. Let's do that. Total area to be covered now, times 192. So we have 1,182. 1,182, comma, 40. These are centimeters squared. So this is the area that we're going to use. Keep it aside. Then we come here and ask ourselves, what will be the area of the synthetic leather that someone has bought? Now, we have meters and centimeters. Meters and centimeters. So this has to change into centimeters before we calculate the area of the roll that she bought. So we shall say 1,3. Okay, let's do it here. The length is going to be 1,3 centimeters times what? 100, giving me 1 centimeter. So the width is going to be 30 centimeters. So the total area that was bought is going to be 137 times 30. Together, 137 times 30. You have 4,110 centimeters what? Squared. Now, of this, we are going to remove this much. So meaning it's going to be this much minus 1,182, comma. So minus 1,182, comma. So we have 2,900,6 centimeters what? Squared. And she said the area will be less than, and it's true. It is. It is valid. Her statement is valid. Okay. One, you had to look at pairs. So in other words, how many rings do you have? We have this much, but each ring here is going to be covered both sides. So we find out that we're going to cover a maximum of 192. Remember, we go to question number 4. A flamingo was fitted with a global positioning system, which is called the GPS tracking device. Together? And next you see in the answer book shows the map with the tracked flight of the flamingo starting at point A and ending at point E. Let's go to the answer book. We look at that one next year there. Here we go. This is their next year. So it started from A, then it ends at E. This is the end point. Anyway, let's start and we see the question that they want us to do. The question says, name the closest town directly west of Closobal. So we come here and check. Closeberg is here. Directly west, we have what? Daha. We said it's what? So the national roads are indicated with a number enclosed in a pentagon. Write down how many different national roads are shown on this map. Let's go there and we see. Please, you don't repeat it, you count once. We see. Here we have N5. We have N8. We have 6. We have 12. This is 8 also. This is 8. This is 12. So we have 1 here. We have 9. 9 here. Together. We have 2. So when you add them or when you count them, we say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 what? 8. So there are 8 of them. 8. 8 what? National roads. Name the towns found on N12. Take note of that, N12. N12 was passing by here, the borders here. We have Kimberley, and when you come down, you have this town here. It was on N12. Daha is on 10. So the towns that we see here are Kimberley. We said we have Kimberley. Kimberley and Okay, Hama is a town in Northern Cape, so describe how the provincial borders, we shall say. How are borders indicated? We say using what? The dotted lines. Dotted lines, okay. On 13th January 2022, the flamingo was in area A on the map. On 13 June 2023, it started moving southwards from area A, the starting point of tracking the bird, and followed the following path. On the 14th June, the flamingo spent the night at a small pan at the area B. And on the 15th at 19 hours, it flew non-stop 14 hours and 25 minutes to arrive at area A, the end point. Now they're asking us, write down the number of months the bird spent in area A. Area A, it was there on the 13th January of this. Flamingo was in the area A. Then on 13th June, started moving. So it has been there for 1 year and a half. 1 year and the same number of months, which is what? It had been there for 18 months. Together? So determine the bird's date and time of arrival in the E. Date and arrival. Now, if it flies for 14 hours from 19 hours, so meaning we're going to add then 19 hours plus the 14 hours 25 minutes. When we add them up, you will see that we get a weird number, but don't worry. Plus 14, 25. So it arrived at 33:25. So after 33 hours 25. So this is weird. It's not the time that we are looking for. What do? We subtract 24 hours to get the time that we are dealing with now. So we shall come back here, subtract 24 hours. And this gives you 9:25, meaning it arrived there at 9:25. Probably this is in the morning. Okay. This is in the morning. And what are they saying? The date. It has to arrive there on the 16th June. 16th June 2023. Okay. Write down the probability that the bird flew directly over Queenstown. Let's come here. Look at the arrow. Look at the arrow. So it's 0. Had it been up here, then we would tell. But it's what? 0. The probability there is 0. Impossible. The flight from area B to area A, it's 770 kilometers. Calculate in kilometers per hour the average speed of the bird as it flew from area B to E. Now remember, from B to E, it spent how long? It spent 14 hours, 25 minutes flying from B to E. So these are the hours. But however, we change the 25 minutes to hours. So it's 14 plus 25 divided by 60, which equals to 14 plus 25 divided by 60. It's 14,42. So the The time we've got it as 14,02 hours. So the speed we are trying to get, it's a distance over time, which is divided by 14. So 70 divided by 14,42 gives you a speed of 5340 kilometers per hour. That was the distance. Sorry, that was the speed. The direct distance between B and area E is 311,72 miles. The person tracking the bird's GPS stated that the bird flew an extra distance of 268,13 kilometers when compared to the direct distance. Okay. 1 mile equals to that. They are saying verify the calculations. Now, all you're going to do for me, change the miles to kilometers. That's the first thing to do. And you compare it with the 700 and what? 70 kilometers. So what do we do? They already told us 1 mile equals to 1,60934 kilometers. For us, we have 300 and so we change this 311.72. We multiply it by 1,6093. The answer we get here, 3 times 1,6093, which is what? 500. Together, 560 what? Kilometers. So what are we looking for? We subtract now from the distance it covered minus the one that we've just got now. And we look for the answer B. 286.35. They are saying an extra 200 and which is valid. Okay. 4.2.6. The biggest flamingo is 59 inches tall, which is approximately 5 feet. Some interesting facts about the country where the flamingos are common. Approximately 10% of this country's women are shorter than 5 feet. Women make up 50% of the country's population. This country has a total population of 333 million people, and 78% of this country's population are adults. Calculate rounded to the nearest million the number of adults, women, shorter than 5 feet in the country. First and foremost, we shall look for adults. We shall look for adults. That's the first mission that we have, which will be 78% of the population. Are we together? So if it's 78% of the population times 3,333, you get your answer as 259,74. Don't mind about the million for now. These are still million, but don't mind about. Then having looked for that, then look for women. Women. Remember, they have told you it's 50%. So we shall say that. So we shall come and multiply. Giving us 129. 129 what? Million. So having done this, we look for 10% now. Those ones who are less than, the height is less than what? The height is less than 5 feet. 10%, so we shall say 10% times 129.8. Times 129.87. So we end up having 12.98. But remember, they said to the nearest million. So meaning we have 13 million. Okay, that marks the end of question number 4. We go to question number 5 very fast. Question number 5 wants us to look at the annexure from the table here. And it will look like this. This is the annexure that we are looking at. Okay, let's continue and we see. Simon is a carpenter. He builds wooden bookcases using wooden pieces for shelves and the frame and the hard body for the back. Diagram on annexure D in the answer book can be described as follows. Diagram 1 shows wooden pieces for the top, bottom, sides, and shelves of a bookcase with hard body for the back of the bookshelf. Diagram 2 shows the hard body, i.e. the back of the bookcase, with 6 pieces of wood with dimensions that will be or will have to be cut out to assemble a single bookcase. Use the following information above and annexure D in the answer book to answer the questions that follow. Choose the letters A to G in diagram 2 that match or that matches the item in the diagram 1 given below. Write down only the letter next to the question number. So we got to know which block represents the shelf. The blocks that represent the shelves are these ones here. Why? When you come here, they say the shelves are fitted in between the sides, so they are slightly shorter than the top and the bottom piece. So slightly short, this is 60, this is 56, 60, this is 56. So one of this is the top and the other is the bottom. Together? So making this shelf shorter than that. Okay, let's go back and you see. So here we shall say the shelves will be F. The wood F is a shelf, ne? F and G. Pick any. Do they say letters? F and G. So the back of the bookcase, it has to be this hard body C. No any other. Okay. 5.1.2. 5.1.2. 5.1.2. Write down the probability of randomly placing a book on a shelf with a height greater than 30 randomly. So now let's look at this. Here we have the height of 30, 27, 27. So the heights are supposed, there are 3 of them. But together, so actually there are 2. So what's the probability? It's 1 over 2. It's 1 over, because there are 2 heights. It's either 27 or 32 out of these heights. What's the chance? It's 1 over 2. Okay. The back of the bookcase is made out of a hard body. Together? So they're asking you, why? Explain why the dimensions of the hard body is 60 centimeters by 90. Definitely to accommodate the top and the bottom the sides of the bookcase. Draw a scale diagram of, here what you had to do is to change those measurements using this scale here, right? So the scale that we have, they said we are drawing, draw a scale diagram of the hard body according to the scale. So the hard body, when you see it, it says 90 by 60. So what we're going to do, change the 60 because it's 1:20. So for you have what? 60. What will it be? So definitely it's going to be 3. 3 what? Centimeters. Then change also the height, which is 90, and you divide it by 2, which will give you 4.5 centimeters. These are the measurements that you use to redraw this on your piece of paper there. Together? You are supposed to do that. First thing, change the units to the scale. Okay, we come down here and we ask ourselves, the wooden pieces for 2 identical bookcases are cut from one complete rectangular piece of wood. Remember, these are wooden pieces, excluding the back card. So we are cutting them from here. So what are we going to do? Piece is 2 centimeters thick, 42 centimeters wide, and 430 centimeters long. Determine the area of the remaining part of the wood after cutting the required material. You may use the formula below. I would believe, or I have a belief that would say, would find the area. Let's find the area of, because all these ones are going to be cut from that one wood. So we shall say, let's say area of E. This will be 60 times 20. But how many times? Times 4, because there are 2 bookshelves. Here, for one, we need 2 of them. So if they are 20, they become 4. Plus the area of the shelves. How many are they? They are 2, which is 56 times 20, also times what? 4, because they appear to be twice. And we have these sides here. We have the sides. The sides are going to be plus 90 times 20. 90 times 20, also times what? Times 4. Only one bookshelf needs 2, but there are 2 bookshelves of themselves. So this happens. So we find out that we have answers like 120, which becomes what? Sorry. So 120 times 40, you get 480 plus 56 times 20 times 4, you get 4,000. Something wrong here, sorry. Sorry. So this becomes 60 times 20 times 4, 4,800. Plus, here we have 56 times 20 times 4, 4,408. Plus, this other one here became what? 90, 180, so 1.8 times 4, 7,200. So we're going to add all these areas. We're going to add all these areas and we find out what we're going to do. So it's 4,800 plus 4,000 plus 7,200. So we have 16,408 centimeters square. This is the area that we need for the pieces of wood. So we come here, we've seen that we need 16,480 centimeters squared. What about this one? How much do we get from here? Here we have 4. Now we find the area of this piece of wood where they're going to cut the other wood. So it's going to be 4 times 42, which gives you 18,060 centimeters, what? Squared. What do? We are looking for the leftover cutting required. So we subtract these two. This came from the area needed for those pieces of wood for both shelves. So when we subtract, we end up having we end up having 1,580 centimeters squared. We are looking for determine the area of the remaining part of the wood after cutting the required material. So I believe this is the area that we have now. Area that we need, that is it. Okay, so they are telling us density of wood is 0.75 grams per centimeter cubed. The volume of approximately 0.4 meters cubed unused wood is accumulated each month. Simon stated that it would be more than 3 months to accumulate 1 ton of unused wood. So first and foremost, we need to know the volume of so this is 0.4 meters cubed. Here we are looking at centimeters what? Cubed. What are we looking for? We are looking for, it says that stated that it will take more than 3 months to accumulate 1 ton. When you look at 1 ton, we are looking at mass, which is going to be, if you are to look for mass will equal to density. Density times what? Volume. Then we shall ask ourselves, what is the volume of the unused area? So remember we left with area. Area was 158. These were centimeters what? Squared. We need to find the volume. So we need to have. Now we shall multiply with the height or thickness of the wood, which is 2 centimeters thick. See that? What are we looking for? We are looking for the volume of the unused wood. So we shall come here, get the area times the 2, which will become 3,160. These are centimeters what? Cubed. Okay, now we are continuing. We are proving, or we are looking for the ton, mass. What we're going to do, they are telling us the volume of approximately 0.4 meters cubed of unused wood is accumulated each month. Okay. All right, we didn't need to use this, but it's fine. We shall say the volume is given to us already, but it has to be in centimeters, what? Cubed. Why? The density that we are using is in centimeters cubed and it's in grams. And the answer that we are looking at, it stands. These are kilograms. 1,000 kilograms. 1 ton, 1,000 kilograms. So what we're going to do, let's look for mass using the volume. So density, but then this has to change to centimeters, meaning meters to centimeters, we multiply by 100, but you're going to multiply by 100, what? Cubed. So let's change the 0.4. So it became 4 centimeters, what? Cubed. So mass is going to be mass is going to be the density, which is in grams, times the volume that we've just got now. And the answer we get will be in grams. The answer we get will be in grams. So we shall take that times 0.7. So the answer here becomes 300. So if you were to turn them into grams, we shall divide by 1 million. To turn them into tons. So this goes with that. This goes with that. So this goes with this. You end up having 0.3 tens. This is more than 3 months. Approximately used in information each month. Someone said that, so it becomes invalid. Because if, okay, this is accumulated each month. If this is accumulated each month, so she states that, or Simon states that it will take more than 3 months. No,